Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining me here today so that we could discuss Looking for Mr. Goodbar. So this movie stars Diane Keaton as a woman who works as an educator. She works with deaf children. She's a very caring, kind, compassionate person. She comes from a strict Catholic upbringing, but she's kind of like rebelled against that in a lot of ways. And that definitely turns out to be true when it comes to her nighttime activities. She's not during the daytime, she's educating children, and at night she's exploring her sexuality. She's going to clubs to meet guys, to have kind of random, rough, sometimes anonymous encounters. And she's really fueled by that. She's pursued by, more guys with a little bit more pure intentions or honorable intentions, whatever. But she kind of turns him down. William Atherton plays one of the guys who's kind of pursuing her, and she just keeps turning him down in favor of guys like Richard Gere. Richard Gere is so good in this. I'll talk about it a little bit later, though. But he's kind of like the bad boy with the knife, and that's what she's into. And the movie just kind of follows her. She gets into these different kind of situations. This movie, first of all, is kind of dark, to say the least, but it is a really interesting character study. I thought that the way that they approached the Diane Keaton character was interesting, and the way that they invested time into it. This is not like a traditional narrative in a lot of ways where there's a lot of story. I think it's more character driven, which I appreciate. I like story driven movies too, but I like the kind of the change. And in this case, it's definitely more interesting as a concept if we're more involved in the character as opposed to the more of the storyline. Richard Gere is absolutely bananas in this. There's a scene where he's like going manic around the room, doing push-ups in a jock strap, waving a knife around like a lunatic. He's got some crazy moments in this, but Diane Keaton is amazing. This is one of her best performances, I think. It's just so real and like gritty and raw, and I just thought it was really impressive, really memorable, but great cast all around. A dark movie, dark visuals, a kind of dark atmosphere, but I thought it was really well made, really powerful movie, and I think it holds up. And I will say this, though, it has a lot of sleaze in it. So if you're bothered by nudity or, sleaze in movies or what, I don't know if you'll call it sleaze, or whatever, but, there's a lot of nudity, a lot of sex in this movie. So, it is what it is. Anyway, that's my review for Looking for Mr. Goodbar. I definitely recommend it. Even if you're only more interested in like, it almost has like some true crime vibes to it, or like at least like, in my opinion, but I'm rambling. Listen, that's my review for the movie. If you want to check out more, I've got a full movie review playlist right here on YouTube. But until then, thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you soon.